And here we are, guys. Woohoo! Yeah, I probably picked the worst. There she is in all her glory. You guys been missing this beauty. So I've been riding it every day recently, which I haven't in 3 years since I built it, or 4, whenever I built it. I really haven't used it much until now. Now I'm using it almost every day for like 3 or 4 hours a day, and it's awesome. This bike is awesome. I don't know how it compares to a modern mountain bike, 'cause I've never had one of those, but all the upgrades I did on this thing, awesome. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I got the pack out here, just being a pack, having fun when I get the bike, and it's just so cool. This thing just rocks the house. The full suspension feels so comfortable, especially compared to my hardtail. I'm not going back to my hardtail. I already ordered a suspension seat post, the Red Shift shock stopper. That's what I ordered for the other bike, the yellow one, so I'll do a video about that. But this one so far so good, man. Everything's awesome. The fork, the Rockshox fork, awesome. The Rockshox, that thing's awesome. I barely feel any bumps. It's so comfortable to ride this thing. It feels like I'm riding on air. Really, I had no idea it was this awesome. And I trued the wheels. I did everything to this thing when I built it and just didn't use it for a while. Recently, made sure everything was still in order and bolts were tight and everything. And now, yeah, it's awesome. It weighs 39 pounds. It's a little heavy, but the dropper seat goes up and down, although at the lowest it's still pretty high. So I think I'm just gonna leave it as it is and use the dropper when I need to for a little more height when I need it. But somebody much taller probably could ride this bike. So I'm not sure if the frame is actually my correct size yet. I gotta figure all that out at some point, but we're really loving it. Max loving it. And yeah, 1x11 kicks butt. SRAM 1x11, awesome. Awesome, awesome. It's on this side. Yeah, there it is, the 1x11 just doing well. Kicking butt. What else we got? Yep, everything's smooth, man. It rides like butter. I got the tire inserts, the foam inserts. What are they called? The Armour. I put those foam inserts in there and only filled the tubes up 40 pounds or something. They're pretty firm. I want it to be easy out here at the moment, but it's nice because if I ride into a thorn out here, which there are many, I don't have to worry so much, and I can just ride the bike back to my car on the rims and not ruin the rims because those foam inserts are great. Yeah, everything weighs a little bit more than I'd like it to weigh, but so far so good. We're absolutely loving everything about this bike so far, except for the weight, but you know, who cares? That's what the legs are for. After like 3 to 4 hours on essay, I'm a little tired today, so taking it easy on it. But yeah, so there's a little update on this thing. Loving it. All right, y'all wanted a video of me riding this thing. Well, now you're gonna get it. I know it's been a few years. Hey, buddy. Just me and a couple dogs on this thing. I've been using it every day. As I said earlier, I got it today, another few hours on it. I'm using it every day lately. Instead of walking, I'd rather ride. Why not? Riding's awesome. So here we are. Full suspension's on. Trails are rough. Every day they're very rough. Up and down, as you can see, all the debris, roots everywhere. So my other bike with the hardtail was very uncomfortable. I wasn't noticing that until I jumped onto this bike, and then this bike feels like I'm riding on clouds. And I'm not into using the other bike at the moment because this bike kicks its butt. Right, buddy? This is Topper. Topper's 10, he's awesome. He's been walking out here with me for 9 years. The other dog is Cindy. They live together. She's 4.5. She's been out with us since she's 4 months old. It's every day. So these are cycling dogs. And this bike is just awesome right now. Look at it. We can ride over all the debris and it just feels like clouds. You don't feel much. Get the big fat boy seat with the full suspension. It's just so comfortable. Hydraulic brakes kick butt. Everything about this bike kicks butt. Suspension, handlebars, placement, how it feels. It's comfy. My neck doesn't hurt, my shoulders don't hurt, butt doesn't hurt. Nothing hurts after 3 to 4 hours of just cycling with the dogs here. So I'm gonna put the camera on more when we're on harder parts of the trail and then use my other camera to give you some far away shots, as well as a shot like this, showing the trail itself. I don't have the best camera holder here, so I'm doing the best I can at the moment, all right? So here I am, and here the dogs are. It's yours truly, Mr. I forgot I like bikes. I forgot I like this bike. Actually, I didn't even know I liked this bike. I forgot that I built this bike. How about that? That's the name of this video. I forgot that I built this bike. You guys should get a kick out of that. So we're gonna do a video on this bike and then a video on the other bike when I get the parts for it, and then take that bike out and compare the two. This bike's the more expensive luxury bike that I put a lot of money into during COVID. The other bike's more of the beater bike that is kind of more built for if it gets stolen, it's not a big loss, you know? Not that much money put into it. Maybe with the new seat stem that I got, probably 400 bucks put in altogether. Maybe a little more to build that whole thing with all my spare parts and everything. So it's not gonna be the biggest loss if it ever does get stolen or whatever. It's just more of a beater bike with thinner tires than this. For the same place, for out here, for these weird trails with roots everywhere and rocks. Definitely very rough parts of the trail, so that's why I need the suspension. I didn't really realize that until I started using this bike recently. Anyways, so yeah, here she is, beautiful. A little dusty, a little dirty. I gotta wipe her down, but that's how it goes. The wax chain, doing well. Probably spray it down with some silicone spray at some point. Powdered silicone spray, I think that's what it is. Yeah, we're psyched. 1x11, kicking butt, very easy. Got in the easy gear now, not the easiest, but it's really cool. This bike is just awesome, so awesome. Big fat seat on it. I think it's got some springs under there too, yeah, see? So double suspension, and it's like heaven, really, it's truly heaven. So, all right guys, see you in the root garden. So I gotta ride over this crap every day. It's tons of spots like that where it's just a bunch of roots. And on my hardtail, it was kicking my butt. I wasn't realizing it. So the trail's usually swampy and muddy and gross. We are in a swamp that is bike trails. It's rocky, it's rooty. There are some smooth parts, but a lot of it's just muddy and disgusting. So gravel, loose gravel, tight gravel, everything. So this bike is proving itself to be very worthy out here of this type of riding. I don't do jumps, I'm not a good mountain biker. I just kind of use bikes to save my legs and have a little bit of fun on them and get some nice exercise. I enjoy the exercise factor. I go to the gym regularly, so this kind of serves as cardio. It might not be high intensity, but you can, you know, the hills are a little bit of high intensity. They're higher intensity than what I do when I'm walking. So as you can see, nothing but hills, rocks, roots, terrain, all kinds, and it helps to have a bike that can handle the basics out here. Ooh. And I just want to get up to the river so you can see the river. And then there's the river, so, you know, pretty smooth at the moment here. But yeah, not easy trails, that's for sure. There's much harder parts coming up. So here I am, here's your bike in action. Woohoo! Yeehaw! Yeehaw! Yeah, I probably picked the worst day ever to do a bike review video, but who cares? I'm gonna get these shots. I'm gonna get the shots I need. Kind of screwed them up so far, but this bike is waterproof, okay? So isn't the wax chain. Well, now that we're nice and soaked, guess we're gonna try to finish the review. Get some good shots whenever the rain stops. Yeah. Brakes work great. Is she wet and disgusting? Absolutely. Want to see how much clearance I have back here? Look at that. Look at the clearance. I did that on purpose. I got the widest possible tire I could. Same with the front. It looks the exact same. And everything works out so far so good, especially down there. There's a little bit more room, like a few more millimeters, but I measured and made sure that it had a few millimeters on each side with a brand new tire. 26 inch by 2.25 is the largest I could fit on here without hitting the sides. But that's pretty awesome in my opinion, you know, that it can even still fit on there, and you can chew the wheel and get it on there perfectly. Same with the front. Front, you know, not a lot of clearance under there, but definitely enough to get the job done. You know, it's tight, but who cares? You know, leaves might get stuck under there, but that's it. It's great. Right, girlfriend? So yeah, here she is in all her glory. We're loving it. I'm getting tired, man. Trying to get these shots is not easy. It'd be much better with a person out here. If a dog could wear a camera, since they're always looking at me, I think I might do that and put a camera on a dog's head. Use you guys to actually film. So yeah, so far so good on this thing. It's awesome. It serves well for the roots and the rocks. There's tons of roots on this trail that I hit regularly. Sometimes you just don't have to dodge them every day like these things, and the shocks really just help out so much when you're going over these types of roots that are a few inches tall. You go literally right over them. It's really not that uncomfortable. I'm really super shocked at how cool these shocks are. So far so good, man. We are using her, and she's getting her butt kicked. That's for sure. These trails are a mess all the time because we're in a swamp, so beautiful bike. Right on. So yeah, here I am. Yours truly is Topper, taking off the sun. God, man. Everything that could go wrong today is just going wrong. Dropping the phone, it's pouring out. Everything's getting stuck, everything's getting caught. I'm ripping stuff, I'm stepping on stuff, stepping on the microphone cable. The phone drops with the microphone cable in it, and then I rip on it for some reason because I don't notice it. Like everything. It's weird, I don't know what it is today, but anyways, here's the bike. Here she is in all her glory. What the hell was that? Sounded like something dropped. All right, let's widen it up here and do the wide screen shots. This is why I like this bike, because there's tons of sections of the trail just have this crap on them, you know, and it's just such a pain in the butt to ride over. With a hardtail, you have to worry about all the roots and pick your line. Be like, oh, where's the new root? I'm gonna pick that line and try to hit it perfectly. It's so annoying, dude. I just want to chill out, pay attention to my surroundings, read a line in front of me, know kind of where I'm gonna be going, but not really focus on it so much because I got to pay attention to dogs. But a lot of the trails just turns into huge flooded messes. This is a bike trail, which is cool. But yeah, the trails are pretty much like this most of the time. The bike is really just awesome. It's just cool, man. It's real comfortable. You can stretch my legs, stretch my calves, full extension with the seat being higher. You got, can't do that with one hand. Trying to ride over that with one hand here while I'm filming, it's not the easiest. But you know, more big roots up here. I can just roll right over them if I want. And the suspension, man, just makes it so comfortable. I really love this bike. It's so comfortable. The seat is super comfortable. That's about it though, nothing more to say, I don't think. Try to get some moving shots, but it's really hard to do this when it's just me. All right, let's head over to the real root garden before it's dark, shall we? Here comes the nasty little root garden. I can try to do this one-handed if possible. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna try to find my line here, but yeah, this is why coming through here with the hardtail was hellish. Coming through here with this thing is like freaking comfortable. Oh, you can keep some speed to get over the bumps, which I can't really do with one hand. And now, yeah, I can't ride over that. I'm not that good. I'm sure some of you guys are. You'd hit that no problem. Not me though. I think this is where I get off and walk. A lot of roots around here. Nothing but roots and bumps. Nothing smooth unless you're on the main trail. And only parts of that are smooth. This is all just roots. But the beauty of this bike is, yeah, it's really comfortable going over these roots. Full suspension, a Rockshox air suspension, front and back. I mean, it made this whole ride a pleasure and way more fun compared to my hardtail. So we're gonna fix the hardtail and solve that problem. Whew. Yeah, one-arm biking. I'm getting better at it, all right? But yeah, a little single track here. It's kind of nice. This is an old sheep trail from back in the day because we're right next to the river and in swamp grounds. River's over there. This is all swampland that was sort of built on top of. Big root right there. So these are all just like peaks and hills. I can do this well with one arm. Nope. It's certainly not that easy to maneuver yourself on a real bike track with one arm, but so far so good though. I love this thing. I love it. It's awesome. Right, Top, love you too. Love you 3, Cindy. Whew. All right, back to the car. All right, let's hope this works. Here we go. Yeehaw. Yeah, we're on the back trails, not on the main trail. It's kind of narrow and tight over here. You watch out for all the trees and roots. But that's why we're loving the full suspension and the 1x11, because it makes riding this stuff so much better. Whew, loving it. Tons of roots, man. It's just such a pain in the butt of the hardtail. I don't know how you guys do it. I think my hardtail days are done. That was a hard pump. I'm not that good. So yeah, nothing too special. We're hanging. We got rained on earlier. We're nice and dry now. Ooh. Bike works great on real bike trails, that's for sure. It might be 39 pounds, but if you got the power, it's quite wonderful. For real. It's great. I'm loving it. Look, we'll just go right up over these roots. No problem. Look at that. It's like actually kind of comfortable to go right over a mess of roots like that. Good puppy. Whew. Gravel, dirt. This trail's got everything. Good girl. And then it'll smooth back out to the main trail right here. So we're back on the main trail, which is still a lot of rocks and bumps. And I remember this particular section being horrible on the hardtail. All of this was just like, I had to really worry about picking my lines and where there's no bumps. But with this bike, there's no worrying about that stuff at all. You're worrying about anything that'll stop the bike. And then you want to get some speed. That's it. I'm not worrying about anything else. No more bumps to worry about. So we're gonna see how that red shift shock stopper is. We're gonna see how that is in the hardtail. And yeah, that's about it. All right, so hopefully I have enough clips to make a video. We'll find out. See you guys later. Thanks for watching, and I guess we'll check in later when we do another update in a while. Once we ride this thing all summer. I don't know how riding this in the summer is gonna be. There's gonna be a lot of bugs, so as the bugs are gonna get crazy over here, so. Whew. All right, over and out. And this is the hardtail. This is the GT frame. You probably see it in one of the other videos. It was just a frame at the time, but we got a Manitow coil shock on there that we rebuilt, opened it up, cleaned everything out, put everything back together, new grease. Put the dropper post on it, but that thing broke after less than 10 times. A KS eTen dropper broke completely. I still don't know what's wrong with it. New handlebars, grips. There's the stem. For a frame, I made this thing an awesome bike. We got I think it's an 8-speed in the back and 3 up front, so 24 speed. I had that as an extra unit in my closet over here, so I threw it on it. This was all just spare parts. The handlebars I bought, the grips, I think the stem, I might have had an extra stem, I can't remember. And I know I bought that. So I know I bought the handlebars, the grips, and the dropper post and the pedals. I think that's what I bought for this. And then tires and tubes. Everything else I already had. So that's what we're looking at. And check out the dropper post. What happened with it, it would just start going up and down. This is the deal. The KS E10 just completely dead. Just up and down both ways. Doesn't lock, doesn't stay. It's just like just lifeless. I opened it up and I took everything apart. I was messing with that. I opened that up. I just haven't figured out what happened to it and why it's broken. So I got to do more research on these things. So we're going to do that soon. And yeah, that's about it. Right now, we're waiting for the Redshift shock stopper for this. Can't wait. It's going to be awesome. It's going to bring this back to life and make me want to ride it again. The street bike's got, I think this thing's got like, yeah, it's got a shock seat. So this thing's pretty comfy for the street. I don't have to do anything with that, but this one, yeah. Shock stopper, suspension seat post. It's necessary. It's going to be better than the dropper post. For real. Although I'm going to still try to fix the dropper post, but here's the GT in all of its glory. And yes, my beautiful Beyond sheet behind it that I never ride. So I'm riding the yellow GT and the blue GT. An absolute crap ton lately. We just got this back. It's nasty. It's dry, but it's pretty dirty from being rained on and used today. So we're loving it, man. It's all good. Dropper post, same thing. KS eTen on this one, and it still works. After I got them like within 8 months apart, like 2 or 3 years ago. I use this thing regularly now, and it works fine. That thing only lasted like 10 times until it failed. No joke. So it sat around for a couple years, warranty ran out, then when I started using it, it just stopped working. Started like locking, not going up, not going down. I had to pull it, push it, then eventually I just sank all the way down to the bottom. It would just sink, it would just go bleh. And I was down low, I was all the way down, and then I kind of started liking just how it broke and the fact that my butt was all the way down the whole time, so I could just jump on and off the bike very easily, but it's really just uncomfortable being at the lowest seat position the entire time. But alright, that's about it for now. I'm going to film the upgrades or whatever. I'll make a video about this bike shortly after we update this bike, alright? I forgot that I built these bikes. Anyways, alright, see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Over and out.